Well, so there's some good news about Pull Tab Archaeology, but first I want to give you a look inside my car, my trusty Saab 900 from 1992. It now has close to 600,000 kilometers on the counter, which is, I believe, well, I think at least over 400,000 miles if you're in the US. And I did a little repair today, and I should have filmed it. From an archaeological perspective, I think I should film these things because it's just, this car, it is archaeology, and it's fun to share. But it was on the underside of the car, and I'm okay now, but it's usually quite greasy and tedious work, and I'm not 21 anymore, so it hurts my body like hell. So I didn't film it, but yeah, we did do some work, so it's still running. It's still here, and I'm very, very proud of that. But now to the Pull Tab Archaeology.
Pull Tab Archaeology update.
So when I was saying that just now, when I was outside with my car doing repairs, I didn't even know how good the news about Pull Tab Archaeology really is. And what it is, I'm going to share with you at the end of this video. But the other good news, which I already planned telling you about, is this envelope. It's an envelope with pull tabs, as you have seen many in this project. This one was sent by Gert van Doorland, who is a karate friend who I know from my karate club, where I used to do karate. And he's been a very loyal sender of pull tabs. Always when he is on holidays, he will look out for pull tabs. Even after so many years, and even, well, right now I'm not communicating about the project at a regular basis anymore. He still remembers that. So when he's on holiday, he will look out on the beaches in the cities where he is. So Gert sent me this envelope from Fuerteventura, which is on the Canary Islands, or I don't know how you say it in Spanish, but we call it the Canarische Eilanden in Dutch. And he found a pull tab there, which I'm going to show to you right now. It is one of these. And this pull tab is good news for the project in many, many ways. We have already one a little bit like this, but this one surely is one we don't have yet in the topology, which is really great news. And the second good news about this is that I think this is the 100th type.
Oh my God.
So now we officially have 100 different types of pull tab in the topology. I have to do a slight bit of calculation to be sure we have, because it's also a matter of how you count. But let's just say that this is the 100th type, I can't even pronounce it. And that means we've achieved really a lot in this project. There's another reason why I think this is a very special pull tab, and I will show you that in a more close-up view. So those of you who have been looking at pull tabs for some time now will immediately see what's going on. But I will explain it for those who are not that experienced or new to the archaeology of pull tabs. As you can see, this pull tab does not have a rivet, and regular old-style T-style pull tabs, which are connected to the tear strip, they always have a rivet in this position. But this tab hasn't. I will turn it around, and if you can see, the ring is welded to the tear strip. And this is specific for a particular style of pull tab, which is really rare. In fact, it is so rare that it's probably never been produced in Europe. Otherwise, I would have found really a lot of those, and I've never seen them in the samples that I found. I've never found them in the samples that Alex sent me, which were about 1,600 pull tabs. No Dutch people, no European people have ever sent me this type of pull tab. And Gert now has, and although the Canary Islands, well, you could debate whether it's really Europe, but I will call it Europe because it's part of Spain, I think. So this is the first example of this style of pull tab found in Europe, which was actually sent in to the project. For those who are interested, I will also explain a bit what this is and why there is no rivet. Usually in pull tab archaeology, usually in can production, I should say, aluminum has always been cheaper than steel. So especially in American production, what you will see is that there was always a a favor to use aluminum in cans because that was in the United States the cheapest way to produce cans. However, there has been a certain period when aluminum suddenly got more expensive than steel. So the manufacturers, of course, wanted to produce cheaply to have the biggest sales to their customers, and they started making steel cans. However, the steel used in those cans is probably not really suited to make tear strips from. They are a bit more crude and they are more sharp, which is dangerous for people when they're using them. So what they did, they made a can design which in the United States was mainly used for fruit juice cans. That's why we have started to call these fruit taps or fruit juice taps. And what they did is they produced cans out of steel with can ends that were made out of steel, but then they put in a little square insert with a pull tab in it. And that's specific for these type of pull tabs, which are welded to the tear strip. Why am I so excited about this pull tab? Well, I've only seen one other example of this type of pull tab in Europe before. It was found by a Spanish archaeologist. I think he was close to Barcelona, and he sent me a picture of it with the question if I wanted to have it. And then when I said yes, please, he said, oh, but I left it at the side because I couldn't really imagine that you would really want it, so I will pick it up next time. And as you can imagine, if you leave a pull tab laying around somewhere in the wild, of course, another pull tab archaeologist will find it and then it's gone. So he was never able to retrieve the pull tab from that site when he came there next time, and I didn't get it. So I used this picture on the Tapology poster, but we didn't really have it in our collection. And now this one, I think it's a different type, but it's the same style with the welded tear strip to the ring. So I'm really happy about this, and thank you, Gert, for sending it to me. What is the big news that I've been waiting to tell you for, well, for a very long time now? I've been wanting to tell you this for quite a while now. I think for years. I know it is for years. I have looked up what was the first date that I started this project, and it was in 2021. And now it's 24, so over 3 years, close to 3 years, I've been working on this project to get a paper done, a scientific paper about Pull Tab archaeology. And I've been wanting to share the moment when it was published for all that time probably, and it is just such a tedious work. It takes ages and ages, and then you get the editorial comments, and then you get the technical editorial, and every time, month after month, there was new things that had to be changed and new things that had to be changed. So I've been working on this article for 3 years now, but I looked online, and yes, it is published. The first scientific article, peer-reviewed, about Pull Tab archaeology is now a fact. And that's really a feat. That's really a great thing to celebrate. I'm going to drink a beer in a minute when I'm done with this video, because it's just, the origin of this idea was that we create something new which doesn't exist yet, which is called Pull Tab archaeology. And although a lot of people say it's fun and like to participate, the genuine archaeologists, the real archaeologists, never, I'm not saying not liked it, but they thought it was a joke. But now it has been published. So this is really a marker. When something is published academically, it doesn't say it's good archaeology per se, but it does say it exists. So even when I will drop that right now, it doesn't matter, because as long as Western society will remain existing, this paper will be published and it will be retrievable by other archaeologists who want to study Pull Tab archaeology. And a big thanks goes out to you all, because all the people who have sent me pull tabs over the last 6 years already have contributed in their own way, in their own particular way, to this article, to this paper, which is now ready to read. Now, the thing with papers in an academic journal is you can't just look them up in the library, because they're not there. You have to be in a scientific library. And I know that most of the participants in my project don't have access to that. So if you want to read it, just contact me. I'll try to find a way in which you can, and we'll figure something out. Officially, I'm not allowed to share it, but who knows, perhaps we can think of a way to give it to you anyway. So that said, thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much for listening and watching all this good news about Pull Tab Archaeology. And that's it for now, and see you next time. Go to pulltabarchaeology.com and send us your pull tabs.